Alright, boys and girls, and welcome to Growing Guitar Wish Wednesday. Alright, so you have wished for songs, and I have noticed that. I took a look at it, and yeah, I picked this one. For instance, Skele's Goodbyes, and you are a couple who wished for this one. Harry Turner, Ukoyu Pdeso, sorry if I butchered that name, Biscuits. Maybe some more of you out there who wished for Skele's Goodbyes. So I hope you will be happy with this one. We'll check this one out, and this is for you and all you Skele fans. So let's take a look at it. We have a setup which will be first a drop D tuning. All right. So if you take away this capo, I'm going to show you. It goes, this E string is in the D tuning. Okay. So you have to compare the D string, the open D, and take the E down to this drop D tuning so you match up with this D tuning. I don't have any YouTube tutorial on how to do that, so you have to check that one out somewhere else. I can just mention that usually you turn the knob here on the E string about 180, okay, half turn on the E string, and you will land very close to the drop D tuning. All right, but you will check that out somewhere else. And then when you do that, you're also gonna bring this capo and put it on the 3rd fret. And there we have the setup, the best setup for handling the Skele's Goodbyes, okay? So drop D tuning with a capo on 3rd, that's starts. And now let's take a look at the 3 grips we need for this song. So I will call them the E minor, the F sharp, and the G sharp. Okay, so first the E minor. All right, so that will be open E, open A, 2nd D, 2nd G. You can also incorporate the open B and open E. We'll stay more in the bass and mid strings, but you can, for this chord, go all the way if you want to. That's the E minor. The next chord or grip is the F sharp. You can go with just a bar on the 2nd fret. You will stay away from the last strings there. You bar all strings on the 2nd fret, and you have basically the E, A, D, and G string. You can also incorporate the B actually, but the E will hurt you. So stay away from the last E, for instance, but the other strings works. So that's the F sharp chord or grip, and the final is the G sharp. And here you're gonna use just 4 strings. You play a bar on the 4th fret over all strings there, and then you add the 6 on G string. So that will be 4E, 4th on A, 4th on D, and 6 on G. Okay? You can also incorporate the 7th on D sometimes. You will see here during this tutorial that there are no fixed notes. I'm gonna give you an example how to play, but then you have to pick from the chords, and that will be kind of a rule here for this tutorial. All right, so there you have the 3 chords, and the chord progression through the entire song will be E minor, the F sharp, the G sharp, and back to F sharp. Okay, so that is what's going on. I'm gonna give you an example here of the intro, how to handle that one, and then I have one main part that goes pretty much throughout the song with the melody, and then you can combine that with the strumming as well. So let's do the intro first. And like I said, we'll not give you exact notes because it changes and it's very rational in the song. It goes back and forth, but I showed you how it could sound in the intro of this tutorial. So that is what we're gonna learn. So if you grab the E minor chord first, you're gonna play this part. So you're gonna play open E, 2nd D, open A, then 2nd G, 2nd D, 2nd A, and 2nd D. This second A is optional. You can also go with the open A there in the last second A. You replace that with open A as well. I think the second A is what is used there, for instance, in the beginning. And that is a note there from the second A, but you can go with open A as well. Again, the rule is you pick from the chord and it will sound great anyway. So it differs depending on where you are in the song. So perhaps next time it's the open A. So that is just like a pattern you will have to handle and play around with these chords. So that is the E minor. It goes like this. Okay, for one time like that, one round, and then we go over to the F sharp. And now I use this kind of setup here. I use my little mid finger on the second fret E string, my ring finger on the second D, and my index I'm using for the A string. You're gonna lift off and do stuff like that on that string. It goes like this. Okay, so that is second E, second D, then open A and second A, where I pick the open A with my right picking hand and I hammer on with my index finger on the second A. Then I play the second D, then second A, then open A, and second D. And again, if you switch up some strings or notes here and there from this grip, it doesn't hurt. So this is just one way to go, okay? So, and that is how the intro plays. So that is the F sharp. Then we have the G sharp over here. It goes like this. Okay, so that is fourth on E, fourth on D, fourth on A, and 6 on G. And then you go over to the F sharp again and play with the bar. This time you can just bar everything. You don't have to go into this grip. You can go with the bar and you play. And that is second D, second E, back to second D, second A, and second G. And that's one round of the intro. So slowly it goes like this. I switched it up a little bit there in the last chord. You saw that, perhaps you heard that as well. And yeah, that's how it goes in this song. Okay, that's the intro. Now we have the main part, and this is actually easier than this intro. I play some notes I want to bring in here, and the rest I just fill out. So we have a starting point for the E minor. This time it will be. Okay, so that's the starting point. And between the notes there, I fill out with perhaps the E string, the bass. So I start with E, open E string, and then I play that together with first G. And then I play the second G. And that is what we need for this part, the E minor, but you can also play something like that. So I bring in the open D string. I also play a couple times on the open E string. No rules here. The rules are these notes, okay? Because they're prominent. So like that. The next chord will be the F sharp, and what you do here, you just switch the bass note. You keep that first fret to second fret on the G string, but now you play with the new bass note, which is the second E string. So same pattern. And you can fill out with the same string, so. And And then we go to the G. You have this pattern. So that is 4th on E string together with 4th G. And then you play the 6th G. And you can fill out with the 4th fret D string. You have that barred since you bar everything there. So and with the 4th E string as well. So the D and E could be the fillers here in these patterns. And then back to the F sharp. Now you're gonna play this. So that is 2nd fret on E string in the bass together with the high E, open E, and then 2nd fret B string. So that is the final F sharp part. So it goes like this, just the basic notes. And so on. All right, so there you have the main part of this song when it comes to the picking. Now you can also do the strumming, and if you go to the chords we just learned, the E minor, the F sharp, the G sharp, and back to F sharp, that's the chord progression still, of course. Now just strumming, and keep in mind we're gonna use a bass and mid strings, not down here too much. All right, so one string around with E minor, if you grab that one, will be down, up, clap, up, down, up. You're gonna do one of these per chord throughout the song. So down, up, then clap, up, down, up. So down, up, clap, up, down, up. And there you have it in the strumming version. And you have now all the tools that you need to handle Skele's goodbyes. Hope you enjoyed this, especially you, Harry, Ukop, Desu, again, sorry, and Biscuits, and all the other guys who like this song, and Skele. I hope you enjoyed this, and until next time, play tuned.